FBI ties NBA gambling case to four Mafia families. Live update: federal authorities on Thursday unveiled a sweeping criminal case linking NBA figures and organized crime to a years-long illegal gambling and fraud operation. FBI Director Kash Patel described the scheme as mind-boggling, involving tens of millions of dollars and implicating four of the five major Mafia families. What to know? FBI Director Kash Patel said the case targets a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise involving the NBA and La Cosa Nostra. More than 30 individuals have been arrested across 11 states. Charges include wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, and illegal gambling. The Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families are named in the investigation. Patel said the fraud spanned years and included crypto-related schemes. The case is being prosecuted by the Eastern District of New York. NBA players and coaches, including Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier, among those arrested. Stay with Newsweek for the latest. 11 minutes ago. October 23, 2025 at 11:19 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Chauncey Billups' coaching career faces scrutiny after arrest. Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups was arrested Thursday morning, just hours after leading his team in their season opener against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The arrest comes amid a federal investigation into illegal gambling activity involving NBA personnel. Billups, 49, transitioned to coaching following a celebrated 17-year playing career that included 5 All-Star selections and a championship run with the Detroit Pistons in 2004, where he earned NBA Finals MVP honors. His clutch performances earned him the nickname, Mr. Big Shot. A Colorado native and former third overall draft pick in 1997, Billups retired in 2014 and briefly worked as an ESPN analyst before joining the Los Angeles Clippers as an assistant coach. He was named head coach of the Trail Blazers in 2021 and was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2024. What is Portland Trail Blazer coach Chauncey Billups' salary and career earnings? Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups signed a multi-year contract extension in April, the team announced at the time ahead of its regular season finale against the Los Angeles Lakers. Terms of the deal were not disclosed. Billups, in his fourth season with Portland, led the team to a 35-46 record and a late-season surge, including a 22-18 stretch over the final 40 games. Despite missing the playoffs for a fourth straight year, the Blazers showed defensive improvement and promise with a young core led by Scott Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe. General manager Joe Cronin, who also signed an extension this week, praised the team's defensive growth and identity under Billups. Team chair Jody Allen cited Billups' leadership and developmental focus as key reasons for the renewal. Billups is a former NBA champion and Finals MVP with Detroit and was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2024. NYPD Commissioner, joint indictment extraordinarily rare. New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch confirmed Thursday that 4 of the 5 major New York Mafia families are named in a sweeping federal indictment tied to rigged poker games and illegal gambling. Investigators uncovered a long-running scheme in which members and associates of several well-known organized crime families rigged high-stakes poker games across the country, Tisch said. The indictment includes operatives from the Bonanno, Gambino, Lucchese, and Genovese families. Tisch called the joint indictment extraordinarily rare, highlighting the depth and sophistication of the alleged operation. Federal probe sparks concerns over sports betting's rapid growth. The federal investigation into alleged NBA game rigging and illegal gambling is sending tremors through the professional sports world, which has increasingly embraced legalized betting as a revenue stream. Thursday's arrests and indictments highlight the risks tied to the industry's expansion, echoing past warnings from former U.S. Senator and New York Knicks star Bill Bradley. A key architect of the 1992 law that once banned sports betting, Bradley cautioned in 2024, "I just don't think it will be controlled. I think there will be a scandal." What to know about the FBI's coast-to-coast arrests in NBA gambling investigation? Rick Patel, special agent in charge of Homeland Security investigations in New York, described Thursday's arrests as the result of a years-long, multi-agency effort targeting a sprawling criminal enterprise. In the early hours of today across 9 states, coast to coast, dozens of defendants were arrested and will face the consequences of their alleged crimes, Patel said. This was their wake-up call. The operation, dubbed Operation Royal Flush, involved HSI, the FBI, the NYPD, and the New York Waterfront Commission. Patel said the case includes alleged ties to 3 La Cosa Nostra crime families, a Hall of Fame NBA coach, and former players. This wasn't luck, and this wasn't theatrics, Patel added. This was an evidence-driven, relentless and unified effort. Rigged poker games in Manhattan tied to organized crime, feds say. Federal prosecutors say one of the indictments in the sweeping gambling investigation accuses several defendants of running rigged poker games at locations on Lexington Avenue and Washington Place in Manhattan. According to the indictment, the games operated, on record, with the approval of members and associates of La Cosa Nostra. Organized crime figures allegedly provided protection, enforced debt collection, and received a share of the illegal proceeds in exchange for their support. NBA games targeted in federal gambling scheme, prosecutors say. U.S. Attorney Joseph Nosella Jr. said Thursday that the indictment outlines specific examples where the defendants profited from illegal gambling and illegal betting on various NBA games. The scheme allegedly centered on player performance from teams including the Charlotte Hornets, Portland Trail Blazers, Los Angeles Lakers, and Toronto's NBA franchise, referred to by Nosella as the Toronto Rangers, likely meaning the Raptors. Prosecutors detail fraudulent betting network in NBA case. U.S. Attorney Joseph Nosella Jr. said that the sports betting scheme at the center of the federal investigation involved hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent wagers. According to Nosella, the operation relied on a network of proxies, also known as straw bettors, who placed bets using insider information. Most of those bets were successful, he said, underscoring the scale and precision of the alleged conspiracy. The scheme is part of a broader case linking NBA figures and organized crime to illegal gambling and financial fraud. Feds say rigged poker games used athletes to lure victims. Federal prosecutors say a years-long illegal gambling scheme began in 2019, using wireless cheating technology to rig high-stakes poker games in cities including the Hamptons, Las Vegas, Miami, and Manhattan. According to Nosella, victims, referred to as fish, were enticed to join games featuring former professional athletes, dubbed face cards, including Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones. Unbeknownst to the victims, per officials, the dealers and other players were allegedly part of the scam, working together to manipulate outcomes and defraud participants. 2 criminal schemes unveiled in NBA gambling investigation. Federal prosecutors have charged dozens of individuals in 2 separate but related criminal schemes, one involving insider sports betting,